And let's see how it is doing. Oh boy, we're close to the 3000, which was my goal. It takes, you see, a good 15 minutes to actually reach the 3000 volts on this huge capacitor and to get in there the energy, the 450 joules that I wanted. And why is it that I want to show you this? Well, I want you to appreciate the idea of a fuse. You have lots of fuses at home. A fuse is a safety device. A fuse is something that melts, something that breaks, if the current that you are using is too high. Suppose you have a short, electric short without realizing it, in your desk lamp, and a very high current could start to flow, then the fuse will say, sorry, you can't do that, the fuse will melt, and then that prevents you from a disaster, which actually might give you a fire. And we already showed, in a way, the idea of a fuse, because when we broke this light bulb, that was, in a way, a fuse. We dumped too much energy through that light bulb, and so the light bulb itself was already like a fuse. This is really more like a fuse that we are used to. It is we have a wire there, which is an iron wire, which is 12 inches long, and it has a thickness of 30 thousandths of an inch. And we're going to dump the 450 joules through that wire. So the idea is very much like we had the photo flash. We have all this energy in the capacitor, and instead of dumping it through the light bulb, which was this system, we now have here a wire, and when I throw this switch, the energy will go through the wire, and chances are that you may see the wire glowing a little bit, and then it would melt, and that would then give you the idea of a fuse. And it's also possible that after we have done that, that there may still be energy left on this capacitor, and I can show that to you too then, because I can short out the two ends of the capacitor and see whether we still see some sparks, which would indicate that there's still some energy left. So if you are ready, I'm always a little bit scared with this demonstration, not so much about what's going to happen. That thing will probably just melt and maybe we see a little bit of light. That's not the issue, but I'm afraid of this baby because that has now a tremendous amount of energy. So I stopped the charging. So let's do that. And if you're ready, then I will try to dump all that energy through this wire. 3, 2, 1, 0. This is the way a fuse works. This is very effective, as you see. And if you hear this happening in your basement, then, well, maybe that's a fuse. We can now check whether there's energy left on that capacitor. Maybe not very much, but it's unlikely that everything was dumped in the iron, so let's see whether there is some left. So I'm going to short it out with this conducting bar and see whether we can get a spark. And we can. So there's still some energy left. Okay, see you Friday.